says the chitta, the tone of the body may be so preserved that it may naturally resist with ease infectious and other disease, like plague and influenza. The chitta may swallow germs and never develop disease at all. Remember that youth is God's seed of love planted in the human form divine. Indeed, youth is the divinity within man. Youth is the life spiritual, the life beautiful. It is only life that lives and loves, the one life eternal. Age is unspiritual, mortal, ugly, and unreal. Fear thoughts, pain thoughts, and grief thoughts create the ugliness called old age. Joyous thoughts, love thoughts, and ideal thoughts create the beauty called youth. Age is but a shell within which lie the gem of reality, the jewel of youth. Practice acquiring the consciousness of childhood. Visualize the divine child within. Before falling asleep, suggest to your consciousness, I now realize that there is within me a spiritual joy body, ever young, ever beautiful. I have beautiful spiritual mind, eyes, nose, mouth, and skin, the body of the divine infant, which now, tonight, is perfect. Repeat this affirmation and meditate upon it quietly while falling asleep. Upon rising in the morning, suggest to yourself out loud, well, dear, addressing yourself by name, there is a divine alchemist within. By the spiritual power of these affirmations during the night, a transmutation takes place, and the unfolding from within, the spirit, has saturated this spiritual body and spiritual temple. The inner alchemist has caused dead and worn-out cells to fall, and the gold of new skin to appear with perpetual health and loveliness. Truly divine love in demonstration is eternal youth. The divine alchemist is within my temple, constantly coining new and beautiful baby cells. The spirit of youth is within my temple, this human form divine, and all is well. Oh, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Learn to smile in the sweet way of a child. A smile from the soul is spiritual relaxation. A real smile is a thing of true beauty, the artistic work of the inner ruler immortal. It is well to affirm, I think a kind thought for all the world. May all the world be happy and blessed. Affirm before taking up the work for the day, within me there is a perfect form of the form divine. I am now all that I desire to be. I visualize daily my beautiful being until I breathe it into expression. I am a divine child. All my needs are being now and forever supplied. Learn to thrill yourself. Affirm, infinite love fills my mind and thrills my body with its perfect life. Make everything bright and beautiful about you. Cultivate a spirit of humor. Enjoy the sunshine. You understand that I am quoting from the teachings of Siddha. They are the oldest teachers known, and their teaching antedates all history by thousands of years. They went about teaching the people and showing them the better way of life even before man knew the simple arts of civilization. It is from their teaching that the system of rulers sprang. But these rulers soon wandered away from the realization that it was God expressing through them, thinking it was themselves, the personal, who were doing the work. They lost sight of the spiritual and brought forth the personal or material, forgetting that all comes from the one source, God. These rulers' personal concepts gave rise to the great separations in belief. and the wide diversity of thought. This is our concept of the Tower of Babel. The Shaddai have preserved throughout the ages the true inspirational methods of God expressing through mankind and through all his creations, realizing that God is all and that it is God manifesting through all. They have never deviated from this teaching. Thus they have preserved the great fundamental truth. Chapter 6. As we had considerable work to do before crossing the Himalayas, we decided upon this village as the most opportune place for our headquarters. The man we had left in the village to observe Emau joined us here and reported that he had conversed with Emau until nearly 4 o'clock of the day he was to keep his appointment with us. Then Emau said that he was about to keep his appointment. His body immediately became inactive and reposed upon the couch as though asleep. It was in this position until about 7 o'clock in the evening, when it gradually became more indistinct and disappeared. It was at this time in the evening that Emau came to us in the lodge in the little village. The season was not far enough advanced for us to attempt the mountain passes. You will note that I say for us. By this I mean the members of our little party, for by this time we had begun to look upon ourselves as mere impediments. We realized that our 3 great friends, you will note that I call them all great, for indeed they were, could have negotiated the distance that we covered in far less time than it took us, but they were uncomplaining. We made a number of short trips from our headquarters, with either Jast or Nipro accompanying us, and in every instance they had shown their sterling qualities and worth. On one of these trips, Emau, Jast, and Nipro accompanied us to a village where a temple called the Silent Temple, the temple not made by hands, is located. This village contains the temple and the houses of the attendants, and is located on the former site of a village that had been nearly destroyed by the ravages of wild animals and pestilence. We were told that the masters visited this spot and found a few inhabitants left of about 3,000 population. They ministered to them, and the ravages of the wild beasts and pestilence ceased. The few villagers vowed that if they were spared, they would, from that time on, devote their lives to God, serving him in any way that he chose. The masters left, and when they returned later, they found the temple erected and attendants in charge. The temple is very beautiful, situated on an elevation overlooking a wide expanse of country. It is about 6,000 years old, is made of white marble, has never needed repairs, as a piece chipped off replaces itself, as was proven by members of our party. Emau said, "This is called the Temple of Silence, the place of power. Silence is power, for when we reach the place of silence in mind, we have reached the place of power, the place where all is one, the one power, God. Be still and know that I am God." Diffused power is noise. Concentrated power is silence. When, through concentration, drawing to a center, we have brought all of our forces into one point of force, we have contacted God in silence. We are